Hello. Well, it's time for the oil pan install. I got the pan here, got the parts out, got this very cool Goldplug's magnetic drain plug, the seal, and I want to show you folks. I got the wheel chokes up, jack stand and jack, lifting the car up in the air, and yep. So we're going down here. I'm going to show you guys what I'm dealing with. I think most of you guys know you just got to remove this pan out of the way, or this skid plate, which is just a few a few Torx screws. Time to get rid of this stupid plastic thing, unreliable plastic thing. See if I can show you what's going on here. So, changed my oil last time, and here's the issue right there. That little guy right there. And if you can see carefully, this thing is not turned all the way to there. Main number one reason is that I've pretty much twisted that to the point where it was cracking. I was able to twist it off, get another one, and twist it back, and it still would not get back on here. That's a huge concern. So I'm removing this entire assembly and removing and eliminating the issue of this. And looks like you got a couple bolts here. Remove this after we've drained the oil, of course. I'm going to drain the oil and then get this pan off, and then get this installed. Looks like we got some more Torx bolts holding these in place. The replacement screws are going to be Allen's. But yeah, just wanted to show you that's the issue I was dealing with. As you can see, it was cracking, so I'm going to try my best to get this bad boy off. If not, I'm just going to drill a hole through this thing and just let the oil drain out. Or through here. Anyways, I'm going to get started. Just remove the splash guard underneath. It's actually just one screw in the center. There's a few more past there, but you ignore those. Get the screws there, there, and on this side there, across there. And then you got the little splash piece. And now you have better access to the oil pan. So yeah, you do not need to remove these unless you're removing the bumper. These are the screws for the bumper. The one that I removed was just that center one right there. Oil's still draining out, and yeah, I had a little bit of a time. Almost cracked the little stupid plug, but I was able to screw it off, and it's dunked inside there right now, which I don't care about anymore. So there's a full access view of the oil pan. Perforated honeycomb design. Oh, this thing is so cheap. You could just hear the cheapness in that. Just another engineered piece to fail. So yeah, looks like yep. So just remove those bolts that are along here. Where are they? Yep, there's the one on the side there, on the side there, and one on the side there. And then see these little pocket holes right here. That's where the plate guard slides under and connects to. There's one on the other end right there. And the same goes for the other side too. Has those little pins. One right there where my finger's pointing, and one right there. And I think there's nope. And then there's one way over there. Yeah, right there. One there, there, and there, and there. And that's where the screws are right there. Got 4 screws on that side. One of them is for the center. And then I got 3 screws on there. So there's a total of 7 screws hold the splash guard in place, but you got a lot more screws to remove here, which I'm going to do in a quick jiffy. Hey guys, I just got my smallest wrench, my quarter wrench, because since they were on by plastic. This is a Torx T30 size. So I was loosening these up already, and this is just the cheap Harbor Freight Tools Torx, and they had no problem loosening them. I'll be honest with you, they were probably on maybe 8 pounds of 8 pounds of torque, and they were pretty easy to come off. You don't need a 3/8 or a half drive to get these all loose. So I loosened them all up. I'm still waiting for that to drip dry, and then I'll just use my impact drill right there and just zip these all off at this point. But I already loosened them up, and then that I believe is a 10mm. Those are 10mm. You just need to unplug that and unscrew these and take this sensor off, level sensor. So I'm going to probably just plug that hole back up temporarily so I can finish this off, and then drop the pan, and we can see a comparison on this. Alright guys, I finally got the plastic pan out of here, and in terms of weight, well, I didn't get that sensor off, which is probably adding a little bit more. This weighs about 1.5 pounds in my hands. This one weighs closer to 2 pounds. Slightly heavier. I mean, yeah, about 1/2 pound more. For the durability and reliability of a metal pan compared to this one, absolutely worth it. I just did a dry fit. That's why you see a little drips of oil in there. I put it up against there. It is a perfect fit. All the holes match and everything with the stock one. So this is the stock one. This is the metal one. Just wanted to show you guys, so you guys can be verified. I think the GTI uses the same size as the Golf Rs. So this is a direct fitment for the pan. Thank you. Oh, I can show you what it looks like underneath. Yeah, might as well. I left a rag there because it's dripping. So there's the pan removed. I'm going to wipe off all that area, the excess area, clean it up real good. This looks like the... Unfortunately, there's still more plastic in here. That sucks. What if this thing breaks in little pieces and then gets circulated into the engine? That's a concern. Looks like we got another little reservoir pump thing here. And then we got this little grill guard piece. Looks like it's can be changed out. Yeah, so this is the oil pan removed. I'm going to clean up all that area as well before I start slapping this thing back on. And what I'm gonna do is, after I put it all together and put it on, they say to let it cure for 24 hours before you add fluid. So I won't be adding any oil after I'm done with this project till tomorrow, basically, after work. So let's get this going here. Alright guys, I just removed this filter. And what was nice about the kit, now I know what's going on here. There's a little ring in here, and they include in the kit a new washer, even though I don't really need it, but I'm going to change it anyways. So yeah, you just a little flathead screwdriver to remove that little washer piece. And in terms of added weight, I'll be honest with you, my sock right here almost weighs the same. My single-use sock here weighs the same as this thing. This thing weighs nothing, really does. So the weight of this is pretty true to about 1.5 pounds compared to the metal, the 2-pounder. Yeah, so I'll get that changed, put that on there, and then finish putting some of the goop sealant around here, which is pretty self-explanatory. Just follow the lid, go around the hole. Follow the lid, go around the hole. It's okay if you get a little excess, squish it up in there in the engine bay, and then wipe off the excess once you screw it down. And the guys I got it from, this oil pan, this is 11-12 foot-pounds of torque. So that's what I'm going with. Just going to show a quick example of this bead thing. I cut it 2 notches down on this silicone tube. Let's see, yeah. So it's left a... It said use 1/16 to 1/4 of a bead, 2 to 6 millimeters. So it's basically squeeze and just yeah, just bead away. Just create the bead. Just go around here. Well, anyways, you guys get the idea. I am just going to carry on because this is hard doing it one-handed. And I'll have this beaded up and put it onto the car and screwed in. I want to emphasize putting that sealant around. I just got done. It's okay to man up and take a break. You can see points where I've taken a break right there, and then I just overlap and carry on. If you feel like you have too skinny of a mount on there, just lay it on top again. Alright, now I'm gonna put it back on. Alright guys, I finished installing these, and one major word of advice for you. When you put this thing straight up, you know, use your left hand to hold it, or your right hand, whichever is your least dominant hand, because you need your dominant hand to be skillful while your left hand's holding it there. And when you place it up there, grab the bolts and start placing them in by hand. Since that's an aluminum bottom of this pan, last thing you want to do is strip the hole by using an impact gun to just try to throw it in there. No. Do them by hand, screw them in a couple of rounds all the way around. Once you get it hung, then you can use your drill gun or whatever, your impact gun, and lightly just zit, 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 and do a cross pattern. So I did a cross pattern, I did here, I did there, and then I did a cross on the end there, and then I did back over here. And I tried to keep a sequence pattern till I got to pretty much the center. And I did it all at 10 foot-pounds. I felt comfortable at 10. I'll be honest with you, I almost stripped the inside bolt of one of these right here. I think it's this one. Let me see if I can even zoom in on that. God, horrible. Anyway, so you get the idea. Yeah, over there. Nope, there it is. That's the one. I didn't seat my bit in deep enough, and I started cranking on the edge of that thing. So make sure you get your bits deep into there, and it's still fine. I can pull that back out if I needed to. It sits when I sit it in there fully, and I tighten this whole thing up. 10-pound. Now these bolts, these are 10 millimeter, just like I said. They come with the kit. These are different, and they're lock washers too. So I put it only at 5 pounds because this thing's plastic. I don't want to do it any harder. This is metal, and to metal, it's much stronger. 10 pounds is good setting. This one, I'll keep an eye on it, see if any leakage happens over time, and then I could just tighten it down a little more, but I felt like 5 pounds was more than enough. Make sure you put this in the oil level sensor in the right configuration for this to plug in. I accidentally had this facing this way, and I was like, oops, I just pulled it out, put it back in too. This is a good indicator of where it was at when you put it back. So yep, so it's done. I'm going to you can see some of the excess stuff over here. Plenty of time to wipe that off, or you could just leave it there. I've seen pictures where this was installed and left as is, so I might not wipe that up after all. Unless it's just really sloppy. But yeah, it was a pretty good seal all the way through. It sat there. I've done oil pan changes before on my old Subaru when I needed a tap oil pan and for a drain for the turbo. But anyways, let me see if I can get a good shot of this. So that's the oil pan now. There you go. The camera's steady now. Oh, lost focus. That's that. There we go. That's the completed oil pan. And now I'll just put in the gold drain plug, Goldplug, which I've been so desiring. And this is really a simple mod. I mean, This oil pan is reasonable, and then I'm going to put the drain plug. It's funny, the oil pan costs maybe twice as much as the plug that I'm putting in there, but that plug does wonders. And yeah, I've just had great results with it. So, anyways, yes. God, how relieving. You know, the most important part of your car's life is the oil, and if you crack a hole in the plastic and let that thing drain in the middle of the road, you don't even know if you hit something. Boy, the metal one will save your guts. Thing I should add, I definitely want to show you guys me putting in this drain plug. So with an oil pan, which is metal now, and you can see it sticks right to it, no problem, very strong. Very strong. So when you drain the plug over here, when you drain the oil, what you're gonna find is when you stick this back on, it is a little of a challenge. But once you get it lined in the hole, then it's just a matter of screwing it in. I just wanted to do the honors and show you how that works. So that's the part about the slight distance. You know, you have to kind of work it to the hole, because it's a slight fight, but once you get it lined up, then it almost just wants to easily screw into place there. Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome. Wow, just tighten that to 22 foot-pounds, and you could do that endlessly. And I bought 10 more crush washers to replace, which I don't think I need that many, but they were only like 50 cents a piece or 25 cents a piece. Worth it. So that is going to eliminate a lot of issues. No more worrying about it being sealed or not. Good old-fashioned drain plug. Let's see there. You can see that? Yeah. Awesome. And metal pan. Thanks for watching.